Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to talk about plants and animal cells. Last week you were introduced to the cell theory, so I just want to remind you that cells are the basic building blocks of life. So, if it is made of cells, it's alive. Some organisms are single celled, which means it has one cell, and other organisms, like us, are multicellular, which means we are made of many cells. Now, if you recall from last week, the cell theory is that all things are made of living cells, all cells are produced by other cells, and cells are the basic units of structure and function in all living things. If an organism is made of one cell, then all the cell functions must be carried out in that one cell, like this paramecium. It will need to be able to get and store energy, reproduce, and survive. To help with all this, cells contains organelles that release energy, destroy and digest materials, replicate genetic information. Now, cells have organelles, which are tiny cellular structures that perform specific functions within a cell. Plant and animal cells are eukaryotic cells, which means it has a nucleus, and the organelles are contained inside the membrane. As you see, there are two major differences between a plant cell and an animal cell. Plant cells have a cell wall, they have chloroplasts, and animal cells do not have these at all. Now, the cell wall is found only in plant cells. It is rigid, as you see here, which means it's strong, stiff, and it is the outer layer. It supports the plant, which allows it to grow very tall. The cell wall also protects the cell. It allows water, oxygen, and carbon dioxide to pass into and out of the cell. Plant cells also have chloroplasts, which is green and oval-like in structure. The chloroplast contains chlorophyll, which is the green pigment. The chloroplast uses energy from the sun to make food, sugar, and oxygen for the plant. And that process, if you recall, is called photosynthesis. Now, both plants and animal cells have the following organelles. Do we know what that is? We said the nucleus. That is correct. The nucleus found in both plant and animal cells. It's large, oval shape in the center of animal cells and at the edge of plant cells. And the nucleus controls all the cell's activities, and it is referred to as the brain of the cell. Animal and plant cells also have cytoplasm, which is found in both animal and plant-like cells. It's like a jelly-type structure, clear and thick like material. It supports and protects the cell organelles. So the organelles are nestled within that. Animal and plant cells both have a cell membrane. This cell membrane on a plant cell is inside the plant wall, the cell wall, excuse me. And on the animal cell, the cell membrane is the outer layer of the cell. The cell membrane supports and protects the cell, and it controls the movement of materials in and out of the cell. The cell membrane maintains homeostasis, which is a condition of balance. Cells, both animal and plant cells, also have a rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is the site of protein production and folding proteins. They also have a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. If you notice, it's different from the rough one, is that it doesn't have those outer ridges, and the protein and fat production takes place here. Animal and plant cells also have ribosomes, and this is the protein making factory. Animal and plant cells have a Golgi apparatus, which receives the proteins and packs them together. And animal and plant cells also have lysosomes, which stores enzymes that breaks down the food and cell waste. Animal and plant cells have cytoskeleton, which provides a support structure in the cell. And animal and plant cells also have mitochondria. This is the powerhouse of the cell. It breaks down the sugar. Animal and plant cells, um, well, the plant cell has a vacuole found in all plant cells. It's very large in a plant cell. And this is where it stores the food, water, and metabolic toxic waste, excuse me. So now you can see the difference between both of them. This over here is the animal cell, this is the plant cell, and these are all of the different organelles and where they are found within each of those cells. And boys and girls, that is the difference between animal cells and plant cells. So you will use this PowerPoint and refer back to it for this week for you to complete your questions over the PowerPoint. Have a great day.